Looking right at you.
Not if you're Sweep. He was staring at his opponent the entire way through. I would not want to play that guy in anything, but now Lucas gets to focus just on the game here. And you see the look on Aslan's face. He has had that look on his face every single time I've watched him play.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. He's always got that half smile going, even when he loses, which I find incredibly impressive.
So slow start here. Espirits on both sides. That's a little EQ cycle to open things up. Ghost in the back from Aslan. Lucas did have his breakout performance in Clash Royale in 2018 with a first place finish at MGL Worlds, part of Team Brazil. Followed that up in 2019 with a Moreno Cup championship, and of course after that, top 4 in the world with Pain Gaming in CRL 2020.
He has quite the extensive resume. He's already won almost $100,000 in his career. And it looks like he might be coming out with RG here in game number 1. It was his most popular win condition, but he only had a 52% win rate with it, which is a bit surprising.
And a bit surprising here to see Aslan playing this in game 3. This is his in game 1. This is his go-to game 3 deck. So seeing him pop this in game number 1, that makes me feel, maybe it's a bit of nerves here. He wants to go with the clutch deck right out the gate.
Yeah, I mean, I like that in terms of him not playing Mortar. Mortar is something that we really expect him to play a lot. He's had the most success with it. That Lightning comes down, gets a nice cleanup. Hunter right there to boot. Now he's got a good counter push with only 5 elixir to deal with it.
Picking up with the Giant Skeleton in the middle, passing the midway point of regulation time. And at the moment, just a slight lead for Aslan crosswise, 27-35 to 28-32.
Aslan has only met one of our top 16 competitors this year in competition. It was Mohamed Light 3 times, and he was not able to pick up 1 set win, hoping to have a little bit better success here against Lucas X Gamer, although that is tough when you consider him being the only person that won back-to-back monthly finals in 2021.
And Hunter does come out. Normally Aslan does play RG Hunter variations, the 8th card on the board for him right now. It's a bit of a bridge fight. Starts going down with the Giant Skeleton and Royal Ghost trying to control in the middle. And Fishboy pulls. We should get 1 shot from the RG. Ooh. No, it does not get that shot off. And now with 30 seconds left in regulation time, we have the Queen on the board, but no pressure on the opposite side.
Lucas has leaked almost 7 elixir already. Hunter right in the face of that Royal Giant. Of course, the Giant Skeleton to body block it. Creates no space. Now you wonder if Lucas will go opposite lane, if he's gonna, there it is, opposite lane, right on the spot. Fishboy not there to pull, but either way, that Giant Skeleton's gonna get on top.
That is a lot of damage for the Royal Giant on the left-hand side. Fisherman distracted, perfectly built push by Lucas as we go into sudden death overtime.
Yeah, that's exactly what you had to see coming down the lane. Aslan just not with the great placement there in terms of the Fisherman. You know, that Royal Giant probably was gonna come down the opposite lane, and then if it does pull it, it's still gonna be on that left-hand tower.
And a little slowing down here in the middle, not from Aslan though. He pushes up, and now that Archer Queen, notice playing the Archer Queen high, trying not to give Aslan a lot of time to make decisions about lightning value for the Archer Queen. Instead, it's the lightning on the left-hand side, and that Royal Giant, 3 shots, going for a fourth shot. 1391 on the left-hand tower, just like that, Aslan's back in the lead.
And you see Lucas kind of hunch over, try to zero in. That is not the defense that he wanted. It honestly looks like he doesn't know exactly how that just happened. Not having enough elixir to deal with it. E-Spirit doesn't really get a lot of value. So many shots raining down.
That Archer Queen walking away the opposite direction. Yes, you give less lightning value for all those different shots, but in the same way, not enough DPS there to stop the damage.
And this goes back to that conversation earlier about that range DPS unit with the AQ. If she's out of cycle or on the wrong side of the board, you need that DPS. Talking about DPS, shots in again on that left-hand side, but this is a big counter push for Gencaslan.
Yeah, you heard the crowd on that one. Fishboy does not pull off in no man's land. Lightning down, Hunter trying to help.
This is all bad. 2 shots come in, 402 remains. Lucas is in trouble. He goes aggressive Royal Giant at the bridge. Fishboy to catch! Fishboy to catch! That should do it!
Royal Giant gets 1. Royal Giant gets another!
That's it! 40 HP remains, he just needs a log. He just needs the log.
Fisherman down, Queen down, trying to cycle.
There it is!
Down.
There it is!
Lucas wins game number 1 by 85 HP!
What a play! What a play! You gotta
Good luck out on both sides from these two guys. You know, there are a lot of Clash Royale rivalries, if you will, but I've not heard any rumors of this being one in particular.
Yeah, they haven't met each other this year, at least in competition. I'm sure they have on ladder and in challenges.
So this might be Mortar Miner out of Aslan, which is one of his best decks. He usually plays it with Queen.
And you see the snowball coming down because he doesn't have log, I believe.
Very curious to see if Lucas, and with the Mother Witch, might be running Lightning.
And Ewis to protect that Mother Witch. That's a great play there on the Ewis. Then he goes hyper-aggressive opposite lane with that Mighty Miner. And this is going to be a very interesting mind game with that ability.
And
there
a nice switch to keep the Mother Witch alive.
She's still on the board from the start of the game.
Wow. And now Ram Rider behind. And
Aslan knows.
Yeah.
He knows.
And then, so it is Mortar Miner. Aslan usually runs it with Queen with a bit of a switch here with the Mighty Miner. Ram Rider, for the first time maybe in her entire deployment, doesn't connect on tower.
Yeah, it just doesn't happen that often. Aslan does give out the well played there. 1697 remaining. And I looked on the clock there. I don't know when he placed the Mother Witch, but a minute of gameplay had gone by and she was still on the board. Meanwhile, Lucas up there doing a little dance.
Little Inferno Dragon cycle for Lucas. Miner to the low spot on the outside. Pretty sure he's not facing NATO, so goes to a spot that's a bit less predictable.
Lucas just decides to eat the damage there and start a new push from the back. Mighty Miner cycled on the right-hand side by both competitors.
The run for Lucas in qualifier events has been nothing short of astounding the last 2 years. The only two-time monthly final winner in 2021, and then second place at 3 golden ticket events here in 2022.
But a win here means so much to Lucas Rich. He's always struggled at World Finals. Last year's he ended in that 32nd spot. I believe his record in Worlds, I think you said, was 0-7 or something like that. And you can see right now, just picking up this game, what it does for his confidence. He's already dancing on stage. He's got to be feeling good. And it's always about getting that first one, right?
Once you get that one in the books, it's just smooth sailing from there. Of course, anyone can suddenly find themselves on the bad end of a moment. That's how Clash Royale is. But at the moment we're in right now, it's 1979 to 1697 with Lucas in control.
He goes Mighty Miner opposite lane there as an MK works down that right-hand side. Mighty Miner to protect the Musketeer as well. He was to help with the Mighty Miner and the Skellies. Great play there from Lucas again with that aggressive high Electro Wizard.
And that Ram Rider charges up for the connection as well, so opening the lead significantly here as we transition to the sudden death.
And doesn't have to take the mortar shot, the MK leap as well. And honestly, it doesn't really matter because we know that Lucas would be focusing on that left tower. But when we talk about confidence, it does matter.
And that mortar does get a connection. No second shot there, but the first one is significant. 1481 now. So trying to reclose that gap is Aslan. Miner tries to go for some fancy footwork here, but that's not going to do what he wanted. The connection doesn't do it again, and now down to 367.
Oh, the right tower. That right tower is gone, baby. That is it. Our first 2-0 of the day. Lucas picking up one of his first ever set win at World Finals.
And what